right? She says, if goodness is cultivated, it will show. If goodness is cultivated, it will show. And that's something that we need to chew upon. If you operate in goodness, it will show. And so tonight, on behalf of our pastor who's not feeling too well at this moment, it's my pleasure to turn the service over into the hands of Sister Tangela, who will take us higher and deeper in our study tonight. Sister Tangela, we're in your hands.
Thank you, Pastor Fenton, and thank you everyone for being here. And I do want to just take this opportunity to thank God for trusting me with his word, and thank God for the leaders that he has put in place who have put this also in my hands and trusted me the way that he has. I'm going to go ahead and share this screen, and then we'll get started. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'll share this window. And I'm going to make it big. So sorry that it's taking me this long. Can everybody see those slides?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. So I do also just want to say this before I go into it, is that, reminding us that I also, when God gives any of us something, often we are the first partaker of it. So everything that I say, I'm not saying with any judgment. I'm saying because it's God. God gave it to me first, and obviously for me first. There are some things here that hit me also that I know that I need to work on, and have had the opportunity before now to repent and talk to God about. So our subject is the fruit of the Spirit, goodness. This is part 2, and we're talking the fruit of the flesh. So, quick review from last week. The fruit of the Spirit reflects God's character. It is the outward evidence of an inner life that is led by the Holy Spirit. We just heard Pastor Fenton remind us of that. Kindness and goodness are not identical. Kindness is a gentle compassion. Goodness is active righteousness that seeks and does what is right by God's standards. Paul wrote Galatians 5 to defend freedom in Christ. Our walk with God is sustained through love and not through keeping laws. Love fulfills the law. When believers walk in love, the purpose of the law is accomplished. The flesh and the spirit produce opposite things. The flesh creates division, conflict, and sin, while the spirit produces Christ-like character. Goodness is love that acts with courage and conviction. It seeks and does what is right by God. You're going to hear that a lot tonight. So here we are at part 2. We're going to Galatians 5. And let me warn you before you see this image. We're going to Galatians 5, 19 through 21. Consider yourself warned about the image. I don't want to shock anybody too much, but I did want to shock us a little bit. Paul here spells out the fruit of the flesh, or the works of the flesh, because they are different in purpose than are the fruit. He calls them works because they are different than fruit. I am aware of this, but the poet in me wanted to call the whole section the fruit of the flesh. We know that the general definition of flesh is the physical body of a living thing. It's the soft part of the body, the fat, the muscle between and around the skin and the bones. I really want to emphasize that the flesh is the soft part. This part is our most vulnerable part. It's mushy and squishy to the touch. It's doughy and gooey and flappy. I would show you mine, but you don't deserve to see all that. It's weak, frail, weary, and it gets wimpy if we don't consistently work it out, right? In the natural sense, the body needs exercise and training to be fit. On the contrary, though, in the spirit, to be fit, you must deny exercising the flesh. In the Bible, flesh in the Hebrew is basar or basar, B-A-S-A-R. And in the Greek, it's sarx, S-A-R-X. And it has a number of different meanings. The word flesh in the Bible is most accurately interpreted by looking at the full context in which it is used, like all scripture, really. Let's just keep that in mind for now and for future reference, that we pay close attention to what is meant by flesh when we read that word going forward, anytime going forward. There are 5 general ways that the word is used in the Bible. 1, to describe the physical body of a human or an animal. 2, to describe humanity in general. 3, to indicate a blood relationship. 4, to signify the sinful tendencies of human beings. And 5, to reference the human nature of Christ, as in John 1:14, and the word became flesh, a body. For our purposes in this section, the fruit of the flesh, the word flesh deals with the sinful tendencies of human beings and our susceptibility to things that are contrary to God. So, how is talking about the fruit of the flesh relevant in the bigger discussion about the fruit, goodness? All of the fruits of the flesh are in opposition to the fruit of love, and embodied in love are all the other fruit of the Spirit: joy, patience, gentleness, goodness, temperance. All are components of love. Day 263, September 21st of my now last year's devotional, said it this way, and I quote, "The way I define love is by using the fruit of the Spirit, which starts with love. I believe that joy is love rejoicing. Peace is love at rest. Kindness is love interacting. Goodness is love initiating. Faithfulness is love keeping its word. Gentleness is love empathizing. And self-control is love resisting temptation." So, as a single woman who will occasionally entertain a pursuer, I've encountered a few men who believe they're saying something deep and profound when they say something like, love isn't enough to sustain a relationship, or it takes more than love to keep a relationship going. It used to sound right, but now that statement sounds way out of step with the biblical understanding of love. It tends to echo more of a worldly perspective rather than a spiritual one. So here's a caution. When you're in the flesh, the wrong thing can sound right. Love most absolutely is enough and is more than enough. Love is more than enough when we understand it as being God. 1 John 4:8 says, God is love, and every necessary thing is enveloped, intertwined, and hopelessly, or rather hopefully, entangled in love. Anything that opposes love also opposes everything that flows from it. Every component, every expression. That is the reason for this section. The fruit of the flesh. As I was reading back over this, though, a picture came to mind that stopped me. I actually had to pause and add it in. In my mind, I saw a woman. I have never been her, but in that moment, I felt her. In the picture, there is a man in her life who on many days feels like a help to her. He fixes things around the house. When they break, he makes sure the car is running. He feels like a help to her. When something goes wrong, he steps in and handles it. He can be protective and even tender at times. Sometimes he brings her food when she's tired, or he checks on her when she's sick. He tells her she's beautiful, and when others criticize her, he defends her. But in the picture I saw, there is another side. On another day, without warning, he strikes her across the face. Real blows. She's bleeding. She's bruised and she's shaken. When he's finished, everything changes. He gently cleans her wounds. He carefully bandages her. His voice softens. He apologizes and he asks quietly, "Why do you make me do that? I'm so sorry." And two questions hang in the air for me. Does he love her? Are all the components of love present? All of what you're about to hear are adversarial to love, and therefore are also in direct conflict with the fruit of goodness. Galatians 5:19 and 20 through 21, you can read it with me. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you, as I have told you in time past, that they which do such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. I was really intrigued when I realized that Paul listed 9 fruit of the Spirit and then double that in fruit or works of the flesh. So as we look at these 18 things, let's consider how many of them lead directly to the opposite of goodness. What's the opposite of goodness? I can hear Jimmy, Eddie Murphy's character from Dreamgirls, singing, "Step into the bad side." These 18 things not only oppose peace, as we heard Minister Lynette say back in July of 2025, they are in opposition to all the fruit of the Spirit. They oppose love, they rival joy, they contend with patience, they mock kindness and faithfulness, they resist gentleness, and they are combative against self-control. They altogether thwart goodness. I want to give us the definitions of each of these fruits of the flesh with the hope to broaden our scope and understanding, especially since we often are quick to dismiss these things as things that we don't do. And a lot of them, we don't even know what they mean. I didn't even realize how easy it was to be guilty of sedition. So let me read the verses again in the NIV. Galatians 5:19 through 21. The acts of the flesh are obvious: sexual immorality, impurity, debauchery, idolatry, and witchcraft, hatred, discord, jealousy, fits of rage, selfish ambitions, dissensions, factions, and envy, drunkenness, orgies, and the like. I warn you, as I did before, that those who live like this will not inherit the kingdom of God. So while you listen to these, think about where you might have seen them in the branch of the church that is you. Look inwardly. Don't look around outside of you. So here is the time where it can and should be real self-centered, not to condemn, but to convict and correct alignment with God. Ask yourself, have I done that? And truly search yourself to see. And if not, cool. So I'm going to define all 18 and tell you how they stand in opposition against goodness. And since they stand against goodness, which is a byproduct of love, you can surmise again that they stand in the way of all of the fruit of the Spirit. All of the Bible versions in this section, as I go forward, are the English Standard Bible. And if it's not, I'll say that there. All right, so we're adultery. You might say, I don't sleep with anyone else's spouse. But adultery can mean prioritizing worldly desires, possessions, or relationships over God. It is the betrayal of a spiritual commitment as much as it is marital infidelity. It is the betrayal of a covenant. Goodness is covenant keeping. Adultery is covenant breaking. Deuteronomy 23, 21 through 23. If you make a vow to the Lord your God, you shall not delay fulfilling it. For the Lord your God will surely require it of you, and you will be guilty of sin. But if you refrain from vowing, you will not be guilty of sin. You shall be careful to do what passed your lips, for you have voluntarily vowed to the Lord your God what you have promised with your mouth. Goodness is concerned with what God says is right. It's concerned with doing. Fornication. Okay, so you don't sleep around. That's great. Biblically, fornication includes sexual sin, but also is spiritual unfaithfulness. It is the misuse of the body that God entrusted to us, or is the pursuit of things that undermine or erode faithfulness to God. Goodness honors God with the body and spirit. It is concerned with what is right according to God. 1 Corinthians 6:19 through 20. Do you not know that your body is the temple of the Spirit? You are not your own. Therefore, glorify God in your body. Uncleanness is moral or spiritual impurity, defilement through sinful thoughts, words, or actions. It goes far beyond physical dirtiness. Goodness seeks purity in thought, speech, and behavior. Matthew 5:8. Blessed are the pure in heart. Goodness guards the inner life. We know this because it is concerned with what's right by God's standard. And the outer life reveals the condition of the inner one, no matter how we try to mask it. Lasciviousness. That is unrestrained desire and pursuit of pleasure and the rejection of any moral boundary. Though it often is sexual in nature, it can also be an unchecked desire for power, attention, recognition, or control. Goodness has moral boundaries. Lasciviousness rejects restraint. 1 Peter 2:11. Abstain from the passions of the flesh, which wage war against your soul. Goodness disciplines desire. Rather than being driven by it, it does what is right by God. Idolatry is elevating anything above God. Possessions, ambitions, relationships, our own feelings. When emotions become more authoritative than God's words, they function as idols. Goodness keeps God first. Idolatry elevates other things above him. Colossians 3:5. Put to death, therefore, what is earthly in you: sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil, desire, and covetousness, which is idolatry. Goodness refuses to worship feelings, possessions, status, or self. Witchcraft. Witchcraft involves seeking guidance, power, or identity through sources other than God. Divination, sorcery, mediums, horoscopes, and similar practices. Horoscopes, psychics, mediums, and let me just say it, these Facebook things that try to tell you when you will meet him, when you will marry him, and what your unconceived babies will look like, what you'll look like if you were thinner or taller or older or younger. Horoscopes and zodiac signs, all of this is witchcraft. Witchcraft is seeking answers about one's life and identity from something or someone other than God. And so here's a bonus: homosexuality, gender blending, that's what I call it, and identity confusion all have roots in witchcraft. Witchcraft is anything outside of God that one might seek to find their identity, purpose, future, or value. Goodness seeks identity and direction from God alone. Witchcraft seeks knowledge or power apart from him. Isaiah 8:19. Should not a people inquire of their God? Goodness trusts God's voice because that is the right thing to do. Hatred. Hatred is a destructive attitude that blocks spiritual growth. It keeps a record of wrongs and often shows up through persistent negative thoughts and behaviors toward others. Goodness actively seeks another's welfare. Philippians 2:4, and here I like the King James Version better. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. And Matthew 5:44 says, but I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Goodness loves. Goodness does not rely on feelings, it relies on God. Variance. Variance is discord, strife, and stirring up arguments. Some create division quietly through subtle words that provoke conflict while appearing peaceful. I don't know if Bishop Smith is on here, but this is where I had your example, but I took it out because you already gave the example. Goodness promotes unity and peace, not division. Proverbs 6:16-19 speaks against one who sows discord among brothers. Goodness builds, discord fractures. Emulations. Emulations involve rivalry driven by envy or insecurity or the desire to surpass others rather than to serve them. Goodness celebrates others. Emulation competes from a place of insecurity. Philippians 2:3. Also, I prefer this one in the King James Version. Do nothing from strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem others better than themselves. Try that. Goodness is secure enough to serve anyone. Who would Jesus not have served if or since he served Judas? Who would he not have served? All right, wrath. Human wrath is intense, uncontrolled anger that is often rooted in the desire for revenge. When anger goes unchecked, it spills out. Goodness is controlled strength. Wrath is uncontrolled anger. Ephesians 4:31-32. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger be put away from you. Be kind, forgiving one another. Goodness restrains and releases anger because it is concerned again with doing what's right by God. Strife. Strife is ongoing conflict fueled by competition and the desire for superiority. It appears anywhere where people fight for position or recognition. Goodness seeks harmony. Strife fights for superiority. Proverbs 20:3. It is an honor for a man to keep aloof from strife, but every fool will be quarreling. And here I say, Lord, help. I have to say this here because I struggle sometimes with whether to address a thing for goodness sake or to let them go for not wanting to feel as if I'm the source of strife. And so God help me to concern and help me to discern, and God help me to really know. Just help me, God, in that area. Goodness values peace. Sometimes it's hard to find the balance, but goodness values peace, and it isn't concerned with being right, but rather it's concerned with doing right by God. God had to teach me a recent lesson about who sits where in his church. Anytime that my own actions remind me of the kindergartners that I teach, fighting over who got there first, it's a problem. When you see something in yourself, be quick to make it right. Goodness is swift to do what is just and honorable. Let me do this really quick. All right. So goodness is swift. It hurries up to do what's just and what's honorable by God's standards. Sedition. Sedition is speech or behavior that stirs up rebellion, against authority, often through complaints, gossip, or just undermining the leadership. If you're in the church parking lot talking about how the pastor or the church shouldn't do this or they shouldn't do that, if you share old problems with new members or non-members, you are guilty of sedition. I'm just saying, according to the word, you don't tell your family problems to everyone, and you're very protective of your own personal ones. In fact, you keep those under tight lock and key. So why is it okay? Why is it okay to talk about the pastor or your brothers and your sisters in Christ? That's sedition. Goodness respects authority. Romans 13, 1 and 2. Let every person be subject to the governing authorities. Hebrews 13, 7. Obey your leaders and submit to them. And I'm pretty sure I shared this example one other time before. When we were at St. George Street, I remember, and I should have listened. I didn't listen. I should have listened. I remember I was arguing with God about something that Dr. Weeks had said to me. She gave me some instructions about something. I don't remember what it was, but I remember that I didn't do it, and I remember regretting that I didn't do it. But I remember the conversation and discourse between myself and God. I said to God, well, what if she's wrong? And the Spirit said, if she's wrong, I'll make her right. And that meant trust what she told you, trust what she says to you, period. Goodness does what God says because obedience is righteous. Heresy. Heresy is false teaching that contradicts biblical truth and leads people away from sound doctrine. Some modern examples of that in the world now are the BU doctrine, the follow your heart, live your truth, manifest the reality you want, the YOLO, which is you only live once. Well, maybe we only live once here, but you live somewhere else too. So this is all doctrine that is lies, and it's tricky and it throws people off. Love is love. And you are enough is the latest one. And you are enough is tricky because it's trying to esteem you, but at the same time, it's come to be where I'm independent. I'm enough. I don't need anything else. I certainly don't need God. I don't need you. I'm enough. All are tricky. Goodness stands in truth. Heresy distorts the truth. 2 Peter 2, 1. False teachers will secretly bring in destructive heresies. Goodness protects sound doctrine. Goodness protects sound doctrine. Envy. Envy is a resentful desire for what another has and often carries bitterness toward them. Goodness rejoices when others are blessed. Romans 12:15. Rejoice with those who rejoice, weep with those who weep. Goodness is grateful, not resentful. Murder. Hopefully, I can get through all of these. Murder is the taking of a life, but scripture also speaks of murder in the heart when people treat people like they are dead to them. When you treat a person like they're dead to you or destroy them with your words, that's the same spirit you're moving in. You're moving in the spirit of murder. Miriam and Aaron murdered Moses with their tongues, but then needed Moses to pray the penalty of death off of them. I'm just saying, be careful. Goodness preserves life physically and relationally. Goodness preserves life physically and relationally. 1 John 3:15. Everyone who hates his brother is a murderer. Goodness refuses to assassinate with the tongue. And so here's a side note. I just want to add this. Most of what Paul lists in this verses 19 through 21, they are relational sins. They are sins or things that come against relationship: variance, discord, emulations, rivalry, strife, envy, sedition. These are all relational sins. These are church breaking, team breaking, unity breaking attitudes. drunkenness. Drunkenness can mean literal intoxication that removes one's ability to be self-controlled, right? But also it can mean being overwhelmed by power, emotions, or worldly concerns, in a stupor because of one's own emotions. Some of us are that, God help us. We're intoxicated with our feelings. Goodness values sobriety because sobriety helps self-control. Ephesians 5:18, do not get drunk with wine, and I'm almost at the last one, but be filled with the Spirit. Goodness stays spiritually alert. Revelings. Revelings are wild parties, and we know we don't do this. Excess and indulgent behavior that lacks restraint. So I'm going to show it to you another way. Gambling, eating, shopping, scrolling, binge watching. Sometimes I'm watching a show and I feel convicted. Yeah. And anything where a person has lost their ability to restrain themselves can be classified as reveling. Reveling glorifies excess. Goodness practices moderation. Romans 13:13. Let us walk properly as in the daytime. And this last one, and such like. This is number 18 of the things that Paul lists. Anything resembling these behaviors is the fruit of the flesh. The law warns against them, but walking in the Spirit overcomes them. Paul leaves the list open because the flesh is creative. He says, and such like. So I have a riddle for you. I have 22 students in my classroom. So that's already 22 different ways to bend the rules, I promise you it is. But when 22 of them get creative, how many ways can the rules be bent? Not 22, not 44, not even 100. When 22 creative minds get inventive, it becomes limitless. How does the flesh produce it? Let me count the ways. Well, actually, the ways can't even be counted. Too many. And that's Paul's point with this last one, and such like. The flesh is created, give it an opportunity, and it will dream up something beyond what we can even track. But, everybody say, but. You defeat the works of the flesh by walking in love, whose components are all the fruit of the Spirit. You overcome the works of the flesh by walking in the Spirit. And here we want to pause. I'm going to pause. I feel like I've been talking a mile a minute. And once again, I know Pastor Fenton will let me know. We're just going to pause, give you a minute to think and reflect. And talking through these, and you do not have to answer this, and talking through these, what stood out for you and why. And also in doing your introspection, what stood out to you. I see that in the chat. It can actually be sinful. It really can, because we don't spend that much time with God. Right, I'm going to move this. And so we're going to have some more dialogue, a lot like we did the last time. So here's how this one's going to go. I want to, just open it up to hear other voices and other thoughts, because that, teaches me. And it teaches all of us. We can learn from each other. I'm going to put some scenarios on the screen like we did the last time. And in the chat, you're going to type whether it's flesh or spirit based on where you think it falls. And if you find something that you want to comment on, you can be prepared at the end of the 10 to do so. There are 10 of them. And we will choose 3 or 4 of them to talk about. and maybe determine if it's the action that's the problem, or if it's the motive that's the problem, or if there's a problem at all. All right, so I'm going to get my first one on the screen. It's this flesh or spirit radar. You can read it for yourself, and I'll also read it, but I'll give you a minute. Is it flesh or spirit? You can type F or S, or you can type the whole word in the chat. Choosing not to speak to someone because you want to avoid conflict, even though you know reconciliation is needed. Flesh or spirit? I love seeing this. Looks like it's unanimous. At least that's what we're feeling. Why might someone avoid conflict even when reconciliation is needed? Why would someone avoid conflict? So let's, we can think about those reasons. Let's go to this. What is this doing? Let's go to the second one. I see that flesh. I see that, Bishop. Correcting someone publicly because they were wrong, but kind of enjoying the moment. That's an easy one. Easy. So I'm going to ask a question here, and I want to open it up. So if you want to answer the question that I'm about to ask next about this, then you can raise your hand, and hopefully Minister Cynthia or Pastor Fenton can unmute. All right, so yes, it looks like we all feel like this is flesh. And so I have two questions if you want to take one of them or both of them. How does pride or hidden satisfaction affect our actions? Or how would goodness approach this? How would goodness approach this correction? Anybody want to talk about that?
Nathan is up.
You said, how does pride affect our actions?
How does pride or hidden satisfaction affect our actions? I mean, if you're correcting someone publicly, but you have this feeling of like, enjoying it, or yeah. Or the
Um,
other part, Nate, was how would goodness approach correcting someone who was wrong?
I would say that goodness would most definitely correct them privately, but it would also be not just respectful in that approach, but making sure that the intentions are purely because you want to see that person excel. I feel like that's what goodness would do.
Mhm. Okay, cool. All right.
Sister Palmer.
Okay. That'll be it for this one.
I would say the pride is definitely about you enjoying it to the fact that you are at that point where you're so enjoying correcting somebody in public, I would say, because that's pride of you being like, okay, I got this, I'm right, I'm gonna correct this person, I'm gonna show them. And it's also, I feel like it's also highlighting your own self of being right, showing this face in public of recognition, to say. And for goodness, like Nate said, it's taking somebody aside, even if it's in public, because you can take somebody aside in public and gently approach a situation and correct them in that kind of way. That makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. And Matthew 18:15 says it this way: if your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you have gained a brother. All right, let's look at this third one. Saying nothing when someone is being criticized, even though you know the criticism is unfair. Is it flesh or is it spirit? You can drop that in the chat. Is it flesh or is it spirit? I see flesh, 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 flesh. And this is an interesting one for me because not I guess not so much. The question is, how does God view standing up for what's right? And also the other question is, when is silence harmful? When is silence harmful or when is silence safe? Somebody said it can be both. Yeah, yeah. All right, I'm going to move to this next one and maybe we'll talk this one. Maybe we'll talk this one through. Okay, praying for someone's situation. But oh yeah, this I'm going to skip this one. This one is along the lines of what Mordia was just saying. Praying for someone's situation, but secretly knowing and wanting them to know that you were right. Goodness is not concerned with you as a person being right. It's concerned with being right according to God. So I'm going to skip that one and go to the next one, and maybe we can talk this one through. Withholding encouragement because you don't want someone to become too confident. Is this flesh or is it spirit? I see a lot of flesh, and I would love if someone would explain why you think this is flesh. If there are any takers, you can raise your virtual hand.
Nate?
Nate, again, Nate, this is your last one, boy.
Okay, Mom. I would say that it's flesh because it's competition.
Why do you think it's competition?
I say it's competition because for you as an individual to be so focused on somebody else's confidence and making sure that it's not so high only reflects the insecurity that you have. So I feel like anyone who's and I'm still working on my own stuff, so but anyone who's dealing with that's competition and that's flesh.
Okay, good. Anybody else?
My dear?
I say flesh because I believe that the Spirit of God, the Spirit of goodness, will never withhold constructive encouragement. Only because I feel like when you're encouraging somebody, you are helping to build them, whether it's to build their confidence, build their faith, and you're doing it in a good way. If you're withholding confidence, is I feel like it's a lack of confidence within oneself because you see that within you what you're trying to encourage, but you are reluctant to encourage it because you are not there yourself.
Interesting. Another thought is this, or another question, but we're not going to answer this one. We're going to move. What
You got two more people on hands
Yeah,
rose.
they might have to wait to the next one. And then also, if you responded twice already, then you have met your max. So that we give other people a chance to. And maybe someone who has their hands up can take this question. What are the dangers of withholding affirmation, though, from others? What are the dangers? What are the dangers of withholding affirmation from others? If you want to talk to this question, this specific thing that's on the screen, you can talk to that piece.
Right, Brother John?
Yeah, withholding affirmation would prevent you or stop you from growing spiritually.
You mean stop the person who's getting the affirmation or stop the person who's giving the affirmation?
Yeah, from both person, the one who's giving it and the one who's supposed to receive it.
Okay.
That's
How?
like being selfish and withholding goods from somebody. And when in the kingdom of God, we're supposed to share all good things, supposed to be sharing with each other. I'm not gonna keep from you what I know, what God has given me as a revelation toward you and then toward the house.
Okay, got it. All right. First Thessalonians 5:11 says, therefore encourage one another and build one another up. All right, I'm going to go to the next one. Thank you for that, John. And flesh, I see that heart posture. That matters. Actually, that matters in everything. It matters in every single one of these. Supporting an idea because it will place you closer to influence. Yeah, flesh all day. I see it. Flesh all day. Now, here's the question if anybody wants to talk to either of these follow-up questions. How do we discern ambition versus alignment with God's will? And how does goodness operate independently of personal gain? How does goodness operate apart from personal gain? And then how do we discern pure ambition from trying to be aligned with God's will? Any takers? Any hands up, Pastor Fenton, or no?
Yeah, pastor's up, Bishop.
Okay.
Right, Pastor?
Praise the Lord, everybody. If your name never needs to be called, if no one ever acknowledges you, if you're not waiting for that pat on the back, then you know that you're making sure that all of the praise, all of the honor, all of the glory goes to the Father.
Yeah.
We got one more. Brother Sonny.
Sure.
I also feel like you have to go back to the word and just make sure leaving it in his hands. Like it's okay to be ambitious in the sense out of self. It's more so like when that becomes your God, when that becomes more important than the relationship with him.
Mm,
So it's like I'm making this plan, but if I don't have exactly what I want to work out the way I want, I leave it in your hands. So plan boldly, but surrender daily. Because even he says, who built a building without counting the cost? Like, I'm going to count the cost. But if it doesn't go my way, it's okay if it goes his way instead.
Brother John,
absolutely.
Brother John, you have your last chance.
Yes, and I do agree with both Pastor and Brother Sonny. I'm gonna lean more toward what Pastor said. It takes humility in that situation, in that scenario, because I remembered, for instance, there was a little incident that happened a couple months or 3 months ago during prayer, and I thought the Bible says, do not let your good speak evil of. I thought I was doing the right thing, but I made a mistake. But after service, and my pastor said, she gently and helped me out with this. Just wait, Brother John, your turn is coming. Humility has a lot to do with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Sonny said, thank you, John. Sonny said it's got to come back to the word. And Philippians 2:3, we heard earlier, says, do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Let's move to this next one. And I'm checking the time when you see me go off. Um, distancing yourself from someone who hurt you without ever attempting reconciliation. I see that, Delana. Therefore, to him who knows to do good and does it not, to him it is sin. Yep. Is this number 7? Distancing yourself from someone, I think we're probably all going to agree. Distancing yourself from someone who hurt you without attempting reconciliation. And sometimes the thing sounds right, but I think also sometimes we need more information, right? So here's a couple of questions for anybody who wants to take on this. How do we balance boundaries with the call to reconciliation. That's number one. How do we balance boundaries with the call to reconciliation? And can distancing be a form of unresolved flesh-driven behavior? All right, any takers? And I'll repeat the questions if you need that. How do we balance boundaries with the call to reconciliation? That's a big one. Any hands?
No.
Nobody? All right. And can distancing be a form of unresolved?
Oh, sorry. You've got Bishop Lays up.
Okay, yep.
Go ahead,
You,
Bishop.
I was trying to, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Trying to understand exactly how I could do this boundaries. I think that if you're not ready,
mm,
you need to wait until you are ready.
yep.
I can say it may be you're still angry, you're still upset. That's the flesh, but you need to wait until you feel you can talk to. I have a person who I don't know what I did to them, but they carry on with me very angrily. And so I asked the question, well, what did I do to this person? Because sometimes you can forget.
Mm,
I don't know whether I said something in a sermon that insulted them or made them feel uneasy. I cannot even put my hand on it. But I think sometimes if you know that a person is not going to be able to receive you, and that was the point I'm making, I would want to address this person, but I don't believe they are ready to receive me.
yeah,
And I don't think I have the right language. I mean, I don't know whether I have the right approach.
yeah. I wonder, Bishop, if I have the right posture and if I have the right approach, then, and I'm saying this because there's something like this that has been going on at work in terms of like where it has to do with race talks, and really talking to, and I'm going to just say this out, talking to white people about the ways that we as Black people actually see racism play out, right? Giving them some real examples. And you made me think about the fact that our white peers are not ready. And I'm pushing because I'm saying, well, I don't know if I want to wait for them to be ready because they might never be ready to receive what we have to say. And so my thought is, if I know that I'm coming with my heart pure and right, and full of goodness, do I still then need to wait to feel like they are ready? And will I ever know if they're ready? Yeah, anyway, that's just me thinking out loud. All right, let's do this next one. Well, what time are we at? Okay, let me see. We can probably get through these. And you can put it in the chat, flesh or spirit. Asking others for prayer about a conflict before speaking directly to the person involved. Is this flesh or spirit? Asking others for prayer about a conflict before speaking directly to the person involved. I saw what you said, Tawanda. I think this one's a good one. I see that, Sonny. Sonny put FS, FS, FS. And Sonny, maybe you can talk. What does it depend on? What does it depend on?
All right, here we
In
go. To me, it depends on if you surrender the feeling or not. Because if it's about making a prayer request into gossip, that's flesh. If it's about, I really want to make sure I come level-headed and actually walk in the spirit and not in the flesh, that's different because if I am to talk to someone else while I'm feeling this way, am I actually representing Christ?
Mhm.
Like, and sometimes it's out of correction. Like, I don't like being corrected. I don't like being disrespected. So I'm about to clap back and then wait. Let me actually pray with someone. Let me go to an elder. Maybe they'll give me some wise counsel, which is never going to hurt. And then I'll go talk to them, be like, all right, when you said this, it made me feel this way. Can you please clarify? Moving forward, this is how I want to be talked to. Or moving forward, this is how I want to interact with you. So that's why I say it's both. Because if you hold on to it, it's flesh. If you let it go, it's spirit.
I agree. Asking others for prayer about, and also my thought was, are you giving details about the situation or are you asking for prayer in a more general way? Because I think that matters. I do also think that involving others, prematurely and giving so much detail sometimes can cause things to escalate because we know humans, we talk. All right, let's go to this one. And then I think we're gonna have to stop at this number 9 and then I'll close. Um, or maybe let's just do this real quick. Avoiding confrontation because you believe peace is more important. Yeah, this is tricky. This is kind of the one that I gave the example of in my talk. It can be really hard. Bring it to God in prayer. Is it flesh or is it spirit? Delana, can you talk to this one? I see that, Nate. I'm looking at people who said, Delana, can you talk to this
Yes.
one? Believes
Uh,
peace is more important.
I I I think when you're in a place of peace, it ushers you into that heart posture. Um, I think that to do otherwise can oftentimes place us in a place of vulnerability where we are found doing the right thing for the wrong reason. And so I think that we know it might, but in times we know it's the right thing to do. Of course, we know as children of God, we know, listen, this is something if you bring this up. But like Bishop Lee was saying, you're not ready. You know it's morally, uh, biblically right to do it, but your heart isn't really in position to really allow God to flow in that place to bring that freedom to the situation. So I
Yeah,
think peace overrides, becomes the attainable goal in that situation.
I think and this is me talking. I think sometimes we mistake quiet for peace because we're not saying anything, avoiding the confrontation does not always mean peace, right? And I think that we also, and this is Ephesians 4:15, speaking the truth in love, we are to grow up in every way, right? So, and I guess what I'm saying is that peace, or I'm going to call it quiet without truth, can be harmful. That's where I'm landing on that one, but it can be both depending on all the factors that you said and Bishop said earlier. All right, so let me do this last thing here. I'm going to give us these 10 takeaways. I skipped the last one. 10 takeaways about the flesh. And then oh, I only have 1 minute. Um, Pastor Fenton, I can skip these. If people want a screenshot of that, you can just take the screenshot and you can do that because we're just 1 minute away. 10 takeaways about the flesh. All right. Are you there, Pastor Fenton?
I am.
Okay. And so
Thank you so much for coming on in and just gracing us with your presence and the teacher that's in you. We can feel that because you spoke for a while and then you interact for another while. So that's basically definitely a teacher. That's how a teacher does things. As you verses in one thing to goodness, and you talk about goodness keeps God first, and you talk about goodness seeks identity from God alone, and the different things we're going on, which is so powerful and just so nice to see how you brought that out. You didn't just talk about goodness all the time. You versus goodness to other fruits of the flesh. And so we want to thank God for that. Our pastor's on. I know she's not feeling good, so we're just going to kind of like let her relax and let her listen to what's going on. But I'm not going to close out without calling on Bishop Smith. I know Pastor would have done that, and I have to do that too. I know we're running a little bit late, but I'm going to give him a second to unmute himself and just, say praise the Lord or say something, whatever God has laid inside. Bishop.
Yes, praise the Lord. Kindness, goodness. I have to continue a process of looking at that. I thought that was very unique, um, having a contrast, because sometimes you don't always know where you are really standing. It's the flesh. You don't always know how to distinguish between that. That a lot of times it's you, not somebody else. Thank you. God bless.
Yeah.
Love
Thank
you,
you, sir.
Pastor, Pastor Weeks, and thank you, Assistant Pastor Elder Vinton.
Thank you, Bishop. We always welcome your pleasure. We always love to see when you're on, and you're always a source of inspiration to us. We thank God for you. And so one of the things that we want to do is that we want to encourage each other, iron sharpeneth iron. So when you bounce stuff off, like Sister Tangela did, she had a session that people come on in and say this, that, and whatever, and you bounce session off. I was kind of smiling because a couple of times I see people had different answers, but she didn't pick it up. So I just say, for interest of time, let's let it go by. But it's very interesting to see how people think. And I want to thank God for the trust that our pastor put in us. I mean, this is something that you don't take lightly when your pastor can trust you with a teaching schedule and so forth. So we want to thank God for her, even though she's not too well right now. And we're praying for her. We're praying that God will bring her back into into her full strength and back on her feet so she can be the person that God is calling her. Don't forget, tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, we're back here on Zoom. We're back on Zoom again for regular 6 to 7 prayer session. So come on in with us, join with us, and then I'm going to leave it there because we're a little bit 3 minutes over. And so, some people hasn't broken their fast yet for today. We know we were fasting today, so some people hasn't broken their fast yet. So we want to give people, ample time and so forth like that. So once again, we're going to call Sister Tangela back in. We appreciate her. We thank her for the studies you put together. For me, putting a presentation together takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot from me. So, when you put a presentation together, that's just time. You don't take people's time just for granted. So, let's appreciate people when they share and just love on them. Sister Tangela, at this time, come on back in if you'd be so kind enough and to close us out in prayer. And we'll see you guys back again at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so for people who were saying that the 10 takeaways were blurry, I'll bring it in a handout on Sunday. I tried cutting it and pasting it, but it wouldn't paste. It wouldn't copy and paste. Anyway, this is going to be a one-line prayer. God, help us to walk in the Spirit. In Jesus' name, amen.
Come on up, Saints. Let's thank Sister Tangela for the time.